one thing that you alluded to the article about Nolan earlier, and I've been thinking a lot about Nolan Arenado recently and how this is going to play out, because obviously in spring training we thought that Nolan was going to be traded, and we had seen him for the last time in a Rockies uniform. This has put that on hold, and from reading that article and a few others, it's clear, like Nolan has mentioned by name, that he misses playing at Coors Field and playing for the Rockies.
Yeah.
Are you getting a sense, obviously we're both just guessing here, but that maybe Nolan is softening a little bit on a need to be traded? And then I'll talk about his contract in a minute.
I mean, I think like anything, when things like this happen in your world, it makes the little things, the things that were big seem a little, not quite as big.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you grateful for the relationships and the home that you've made, which, he's played in Colorado for, what is it, 6 years, 7 years?
Yes, yeah, something like that. It was either
Um,
2012 or 2013 when he started.
so, it's heartening to hear that. And also, nobody wants to, like, the last time you show up to not, let alone, let's say he plays again and he doesn't see a fan. What if he plays for the Rockies but never sees a Rockies fan in a stadium again because he plays a year with no fans and then is no longer there? Like, nobody wants that.
Yeah, I mean it's a bad scenario, and obviously Jeff Bridich, who in a recent athletic survey is the thing most hated by Rockies fans maybe ever. Like questions that were like, what do you think would improve the game day experience? Getting rid of Jeff Bridich. Like it was like that level of bad in this athletic survey of Rockies fans. But the other thing about this is, so Nolan's contract is up after next season. He has an opt-out after next season, or he stays on for a number of years. I can't remember how many years right now. This situation has made it that if the Rockies want to keep him, Nolan is going to have a really hard time opting out because revenues are about to plummet, free agent money is gone, and the collective bargaining agreements expires that same year where he's going to be able to opt out. And given how nasty this is getting between the Players Association and the owners right now, I think we're looking at a really bad collective bargaining agreement period.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think just logistically, if Bridich is willing to swallow whatever pride he may have left and just hold on to Nolan, I think that this has opened up at least a path where that opt-out is going to be really hard for Nolan to execute on.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. And then, you can then ask the question of, it'd be amazing to keep Nolan. But then let's say what if a salary cap comes and someday Nolan's, $30 million salary 4 years from now is 1/4 of the entire payroll. That could be a thing that would happen. But from even Nolan's perspective, at this point, staying in I think a lot of us are feeling it right now of it's tempting to want to make big changes, but it's also would feel really nice to wait until things get a little less crazy before making a big change. And changing teams would be a big change, or opting out of one of the largest contracts in the history of baseball given would be a big change.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't know if fans are going to be able to go back next summer. Like we're all operating under this assumption that we're going to be able to get a vaccine before next baseball season to even like get to that point.
Yeah.
And if they only allow 50% of fans, that's going to hurt teams like the Rockies, which rely on, almost every game they're at half capacity at least the last couple of years and over. So that's just like extra that's getting lopped off. Fireworks games where they're used to 60,000 people, now you can only have 30,000 people and probably no fireworks.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. And I mean, obviously we just want baseball back, and we're just somehow hoping that this fluky schedule will make it that the Rockies aren't as bad as we think they're going to be.
They always start well. They're more often, those first 80 games are sometimes the best you'll get.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. Like the Rockies are almost always a better first half team than second half team. And if you're really only playing till Labor Day, the Rockies are usually good until Memorial Day, or they're bad until Memorial Day and then good until the 4th of July. So we just need one hot streak.